Welcome back, friends. Great to see you. Hope you had a good meditation. The main thing is that you did it. You only have to meditate 2 times, when you want to and when you don't want to. So the topic this week is this thorn in our side thing called discipline, kind of doing the things we don't want to do sometimes, or not doing the things we want to do when we know it's not the best thing. Commitment is only doing what you said you were going to do long after the mood in which you originally agreed to do it has passed, basically. Anyway, I guess a primary principle that this is my own belief system, and of course this whole system is designed so we can develop, you can develop your own, and that is, until we develop internal discipline, it's always provided conveniently by the outside. And a couple of obvious examples: if we don't exercise properly, then the discipline that's exerted on us are the consequences of ill health, and it seems to be imposed upon us. Or our diet, if we don't do that wisely, then the consequences of a poor diet are imposed upon us. You get the idea. It's not a hard principle to understand at all. It simply means until we take it upon ourselves to do what we know is best for ourselves, then the discipline is provided from the outside in. And if we don't do it, it's going to be some sort of agency or institution or person or place or thing that's going to tell us what to do and how to live. And this simply means until we develop the internal agency of doing what's best, what's optimal, what's the highest within us, it will definitely be imposed by an outside agency upon us. And that's not a bad thing. I mean, as we're growing up, discipline is supposed to be imposed upon us by parents, and as children, of course, we buck against that and we don't like it and we think how terrible our parents are. But being a good parent, from what I heard, is not always being your child's friend per se, but being their great advocate and their best friend by imposing upon them the discipline that when they learn and take it upon themselves, they can then employ it in the world and become a functional, healthy, meaningful citizen of the universe. And that's an important thing. So yes, all of us on this call, we've all developed our various agencies of discipline that are wonderful and have really helped us achieve and accomplish the things that we want to accomplish. But be that as it may, we all know in the innermost recesses of our heart where we don't have discipline. And that's simply the dividing line between our higher self and our lower self. The lower self wants to indulge, it wants convenience, it wants to be lazy, it wants to procrastinate, it wants the freedom of doing whatever it wants to do in the moment. And that's certainly understandable. But now we meet another great principle in the realm of discipline, and that's sacrifice. And sacrifice is a challenging concept to understand, because why on earth would we give up something that's good now? Why on earth would an ancient sacrifice a perfectly good firstborn goat to some unknown sky god in the hopes that the crops would be good next year? Well, that might be hard to understand, but in our daily life, we understand that by giving up a lower pleasure now, we make ourselves eligible to receive a higher pleasure later. And I'll use 2 very quick examples where I'm not disciplined. I'm not disciplined being on time for things. So because of that, I'm always leaving late, and then I'm always adrenalized when I'm on the road. I always want to get in fist fights with people on the way to teaching meditation class. The irony is not lost. And I just won't give up the indulgence of leaving a couple minutes, always seemingly never leaving on time. So I pay the price for that. I won't make the sacrifice. Maybe I'll begin to make it today. Every day is an opportunity to work on it. Now, where I am sacrificing is the working on the playing of 4 different musical instruments right now. And the sacrifice is I could be doing something else. I could be eating bags of kettle corn and sitting in my hot tub and then taking a nap. But instead, I just grind on it. But I know that by giving up the lower aspect of myself, which is the painstaking application of resource toward learning something, that later on, the sacrifice will pay off in the agency, the ability, the resource, the fun, the pleasure of music in ways that I know, in ways that I can't even begin to dream of yet. So this day, we will face the opportunity to either do or not do the things we know are best for us, to make that sacrifice, to apply the internal discipline, or simply wait for the outside agency to put its crushing thumb upon us and force us to do it at gunpoint. And as we develop the internal agency more and more, we won't have to be under the auspices of outside agency anymore, because you'll have developed on the inside, and so will I. Okay, kids, we'll talk about it more tomorrow. By the way, keep it fun, and if it ever gets too heavy, reach into your backpack and grab your Twinkies. I'll see you.